we'll do.
Hey, how's it going, guys? It's your boy, Old Man Child. Now we are here for part two with the one and only Mr. Shawn at Farquhar. So, Shawn, I asked you a question before about what's your favorite card, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah. Now, what did you say?
three of spades.
Three of spades. Okay, I've stuffed up my own trick too.
Oh, really? Oh, you had a different. So the last time we were hanging out, I asked you to do the think of
Yeah.
something, and I didn't think about living creatures, so we kind of moved to. But that was good. Maybe be more specific. Think of a country.
Okay.
I want you to think of a country that means something to you. Make sure you're able to spell the country name and everything,
Yeah.
and then we'll give it a try. So remember the idea of the two sets of tiles. One set are going to be consonants, one's are vowel. I don't care which one or which. Just nice and slowly put those letters up in front of me, and I'll tell you what's in your brain.
Okay. Oh, geez,
Oh,
that's
won't that be cool?
a scary place to go, but okay.
Great place to start. Because if it screws
Okay.
up, then we can talk about how I get out when I have something goes wrong.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay.
Wow, you did like one hand each, just
Mm,
back and forth. It's like, how many countries are like that? The first one that comes to me is that you'd be thinking about my country, Canada,
no.
but it's not what you're thinking of. I know. Uh, Look at the first letter. Imagine like it's in capital letters.
Mhm.
There's straight lines and there's curves in your letter. Are there curves in your letter?
No.
It's all straight lines.
Hmm.
There's no curves at all. Wow. That throws me off. Go to the last letter. It's an O, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And the letter before is a C.
Yes.
It's good. Then there's a vowel before that.
Yes.
Yeah. That one, that vowel, it's only one line.
Yes.
It's not three lines. It's a single. It's like an I.
Yeah.
So it's Mexico, Mexico. Is that what you were thinking?
Yes.
That's good.
So the reason I picked Mexico is because that's one of the dream places that I've always wanted to go to. I absolutely
Oh,
love like speaking Spanish. Even though I don't do spice that well, I still want to go there and blow my brains out with the spicy food and just the entire culture. It's just beautiful to me.
yeah, Mexico's amazing. I've done mainly coastal Mexico, but I've been to Talpalpa and to Mexico City and some of the interior areas. But the coastline, I spent a big chunk of my career performing on cruise ships through Mexico, Acapulco, Mazatlan, Zihuatanejo, Cabo San Lucas, Iztapa, Cancun, Cozumel, you name it. I spent months in every one of them, and they're just beautiful, beautiful places. And you don't have to have all spicy food. And the magic scene is pretty cool in Mexico. There's a
Yes,
pretty,
yes.
they just finished a convention this weekend called Enigma, which is all magicians gathering from all over the world. Danny Garcia and who else was there? There's Chris Korn. Tons of magicians came for it.
That's amazing. So, what do you do when a trick does go wrong?
90% of the time I can find a way out of it. In that situation when we were playing, this is a new thing that I'm just enamored with a magician by the name of Christian. He's created a thing called Enigma, Christian Grace. He's created a thing called Enigma, and I really love the feeling of it, and I want to build it. So that's why I've been playing with it and things like this. But most magic I do, I've done 4,000 times, and as a
Yeah.
result, I have 4,000 outs. I have a friend, Ice, who actually has a lecture called Practice Your Outs. And so magic can go wrong, but 99.9% of the time, the audience will never know because they don't know what the effect is
Mm.
until it's over. And so I can adapt it. And having done magic for as long as I can remember now, I've seen so many other magicians with really great outs that I've gone, that's something could be adapted, worked into, and become something that's uniquely my own. So, yeah, I rarely have things go wrong. And when they do, I usually have at least 3 or 4 outs because I have a dancing handkerchief that sometimes decides not to dance. And it has a 3-minute introduction. So you got this nice big build up and then it just lays there. And so I've created a way to do it completely different instead of the method that I usually use. It's not as amazing, but it still is amazing. Yeah. And audiences sometimes say nicer things about the other method when they go, oh my God, the day they saw when it didn't work. They go, that thing when you just held it in your hand and it wiggled all around. I'm like, yep, it's really cool, isn't it? Going, wish you could see the other one. But yeah. And in worst case scenario, I just break down and cry. Then they feel sorry for me. I'm just kidding.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so when it comes to magic, what is your opinion on people revealing how tricks are done?
It's a two-edged sword. I guess it depends on where the revealing is being done. I have DVDs. I have a website where I sell my downloads, right? I mean, yeah. I reveal magic, but I reveal the magic I create. And if there's something that I didn't create that's incorporated in it that people need to know, then I send them to the original creator, or I give them references to books to make them go look for it. I want them to have, I think learning, it's important that there's a struggle and that it doesn't come easy, because when things come easy, people give up. I've had students who were just naturally born to be performers who've quit magic just because there wasn't any challenge to them and it was too simple. Yeah. And I mentor students, but I don't give them all the information. I give them enough information and then tell them, go to my library and look at my books and pull out a book and read this. So when it's a blatant just here's how the trick works video that you put up to get clicks and likes, I despise those people. They have no sense of honor or community. They're just about money, and I don't have the time for them. And I actually feel kind of sad for them that they can't find the joy in magic. They just find commerce. I find that in magic that there are two, I can put it down to two groups: people who love magic and people who see magic as a way to make money.
Exactly.
And the people who love magic can find ways to make money with it and still love magic. And then there are those that just do it to make money. They've never loved magic. They just see us all as a wallet that they're collecting money off of. And they have no problem exposing other people's tricks or destroying something just to make money. Exactly. I see great YouTube channels that have, wonderful courses on them and are great. And I also see ones where it's young kids trying and they're teaching things wrong. So I don't think it's the best forum to learn from unless you know who the instructor is. When you know a good instructor and they have high creds, then there's somebody that you should learn from. So I don't denounce YouTube channels. I wouldn't have a YouTube channel teaching magic or exposing it because I think that too many people can just stumble on it. I know the argument is no one's going to be Googling how to, but I believe there are people that Google how magic tricks work. I have friends who get upset. They said, oh, I just bought X such and such, whatever. And then, I finished doing it at the party and the guy literally got his phone out and wrote in, what is that? And said, oh, hey, that's how it works. And I'm like, A, you made the mistake of calling it by its name. So it was easy for him to Google. B, you decide to pick a trick that, is so commercially well known that it could be Googled. And sadly, C is that you supported a trick that other people you knew were going to be, ripping off and exposing. I think it's great to support artists. I think that you have to be, I want to be more selective. I love Hector Monshaw has a new trick out. It's called the world's greatest card trick, and he's charging $500 for it. And all these people are going, oh, that's controversial and it's terrible and no card trick's worth $500. I don't even, the trick I figured out in a minute. Hector's brilliant. He did not fool us and fooled Penn and Teller with it. But I guess my head was just in a different space and I saw what it was. But I love the idea of paying $500 to have Zoom time with Hector Monshaw to learn his thinking behind the card trick. It's priceless to me. And so I'm now looking at a new way to sell my magic that doesn't allow it to be exposed by doing one-on-one sessions. Because as soon as I made a trick called Extended Stay, and it was out less than an hour and it was already on a torrent site. Wow. I mean, that's just, I haven't created anything for sale for a long time because I'm disheartened by the fact that I create it And 2 days later, I just found a company in India that's selling my Sheerluck, an English version that looks just crap. And they're proud that they're selling lots of them. And I'm like, our community has to support it. So I'm really against exposure unless it's explaining it to teach it, and it's in a place where people have to look to find it.
Exactly. I 100% get it. So do you have any other tricks that you could show us, or
Oh, can I show you that's fun? I didn't say anything else. I might have something fun. I'm looking for. I've never tried them with these. 2, 3. I don't know if it'll work with these. Probably not. What can I show you that's cool? Oh, I could do this. I could do this. Let me just grab 2 playing cards so that they're ready. Yeah, 2 would be better. I'll get. Oh wait. I'll get bicycle. Bicycle works better. Do you like redback or blueback?
redback?
The question is it equivoque or equivoque?
Equivoque?
That leaves equivoque. Okay, good. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to do it with a blueback. You said red, but I'm deciding to do the blueback, and there's a reason. I'm going to do this really slowly for you. Watch the card. I'm going to fold the card in half. And this is just to put a little crease. It's called the gambler's crease. Gamblers use this when they want to, find a card lost in the deck. They're not usually this big a crease. It's usually a little bit smaller. And sometimes they use a notch. Have you heard of a gambler's notch?
Mm-hmm.
Where they notch into the card a little bit?
Yep.
Not like this. I mean, that's a big notch, right?
It is.
Yeah, that's way too big. Yeah. Here, I'll do this like this. Okay, so this is a gambler's mistake. That's what they call it, gambler mistake. If I go like this, and I'll tear it again here. There. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. Yes.
Yes.
I'll take 1 piece and hold it here, and I'll put the 3 pieces here, and I'll just wiggle like this. And you might notice that 1 piece jumps across. Do you see that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's 1 piece jumping across. I'm gonna do it again. Watch, it'll look like this. It'll look just like this. You see that?
Yeah.
It's the last piece is the hardest. I just do this.
Whoa.
My job.
It's your job. I honestly feel like magicians have pretty much got the best job in the world.
Yeah.
I love what I do, like getting to meet amazing people like yourself, as well as doing a little bit of magic on the side. But magicians get to do it for their life.
Yeah, the coolest part is that you're creating moments of magic, memories, moments of wonder. I never put enough weight on it. When you asked me my value and I said 2, it's because I always think I can be better than what I am now, and there's room to improve. People who say they're a 10, that means they've basically hit the ceiling. I've got lots of growth, and I grow because of my audience. Every time I do a magic trick and they have this experience, I grow a little bit from their experience, and I've never realized how impactful it can be. I had a woman probably in her late 30s, early 40s. She came to see the show, and at the end of the show, she came up to me very quietly and said, "I just want to say, you did my 8th birthday party." And I was like, "What?" She says, "And it's a memory that has never left me, and I'm so happy that we were able to connect again." And I was like, "Really?" She said, "Your bird's name was Peace. You had this red bow tie." She described what I looked like, what I did in the show. She said my magic words back then, which were pie whack-it. And I'm thinking, that was 32 years ago for her, probably 30, 31, 32, something. She's from 8 to maybe 40, and she still remembered it. I mean, I can't remember what I had for lunch last Tuesday.
Yeah.
Right? But we have this way of being impactful to an audience where the audience can, remember something for a lifetime.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
Very cool.
100%. So your style of magic would be cards, or like what would you say your style of magic is?
I do everything. I'm very proud to tell people that the International Brotherhood of Magicians has two championships, international championships, one for sleight of hand and one for stage. And I'm the only magician in history to win both.
Congrats.
Uh, when I competed at FISM in 2006, I entered stage and close up and took a second prize in both. I love to keep my feet in both waters. I find a lot of when I do close up magic, I'll apply stage techniques to it. And a lot of times when I do stage, I apply the thinking and the theory of close up magic to it. And so I'm not a card magician or a coin magician, or I want to be like Johnny Thompson, a general practitioner, I think is a great way to describe it. I think that's what
Yeah.
he's, a general practitioner. I do everything, a little bit of everything. I love card magic, and
Yeah.
it has so many possibilities. I've got a movie coming out called Lost in the Shuffle. You can go to lostintheshuffle.film to see more about it. It's a film exploring the relationship between magicians and playing cards. And I interview Juan Tamariz and Michael Vincent, Alexandre Duvivier, and Richard Turner in the movie, while at the same time talking about a 500-year-old cold case murder mystery that's hidden in the clues in a deck of ordinary playing cards.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Lost in the Shuffle.film.
That is amazing. So again, I do cards every once in a while, but my favorite thing is when it's Halloween and you can do all the creepy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like
I
stuff
love
like
it.
stuff like that. Like I can do the human blockhead, I can stick things in my ears and
Yeah, that's
all that
that
stuff.
time. Have you seen is it Eric Ross, the fish hook trick?
Yes.
Where you, yeah, oh, this is the perfect time. My daughter's favorite season is the fall, and her favorite holiday is Halloween. And so we're pretty big Halloween people.
Yeah, like I'm learning this trick where I can actually change the color of my eyes with
Oh, yeah.
stuff like that.
Um,
And
that
like
was pretty popular in the early 2000s. A guy from Turkey, Burkay, came up with the trick, and a lot of magicians made it very popular to be able to just look at them, close your eyes, open your eyes, and have them change and freak people out.
exactly. Like of course you gotta do that failed miserably. Um
Good attempt.
yeah, good attempt. But like just doing those little things that get people, that's why I love what I do.
Yeah. I've always wanted somebody to produce glasses that have like a pump. So you have the pump go down the back of so the tubes go down here and go
Mhm.
into here. Because where your glasses meet right here, you could have the tubes end. So now you could talk to people and kind of squint like that and then have blood trickle out. And it would all just be from you'd have like a little bladder pump in the back, right?
Yeah.
Run two little tubes up. They go up behind your hair. You can walk around with your glasses on and go, oh, I got something in my eye, and just do this, and then just have like blood just pour down. It's perfect Halloween gags.
See, I want to do that so bad.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen anything that has that idea, and it's right there. It's
Yeah.
the you can take the glasses off, put them behind, put them back on. You
Mm.
can wear them up on your head like this while you're talking, drop them in, then the blood pours down.
Wow. Okay, well, Sean,
Needle
I'm
through the
going.
arm. Needle through the arm. Good trick for Halloween.
Yes, David Blaine, 100%.
Oh, I don't want to do David actually poking it through the arm. I just want to do the fake one. That there was a Harry Anderson had it called the Voodoo Needle. I
Yeah.
don't think it was his. It was long before him. But you took a big hat pin and literally did this, and he said, "No, it looked good because it was like you would say, here's the pin, and you do this. You go and you go, no, it's just on the back of my arm." And then the second time you would go in and you'd see the blood trickle down, turn around, it was sticking right through the arm, and then he'd pull it through the skin.
See, that's the type of magic that I love, is
Ah,
the creepy stuff, the ones that will make you literally quiver.
give you a visceral reaction. There's a brilliant magician. He's kind of getting away from magic and he's doing music now. His name is Tony Chris. And Tony Chris did bizarre magic that was really awesome. I had the honor of producing a video for him for Pummer Magic called Trickopolis.
Mm.
And it's all bizarre magic ideas. And Tony's magic made the hair stand up on the back of your neck. And I love that.
Yeah, I love
Not
that
my
time.
style. I love watching it. I went to a bizarre magic convention where they spell it Magick.
Mm.
And my friend Joe puts it together every year, invited me as a guest. And I said, I'm not your right fit. And he goes, you'll fit in. Well, I gave it some thought and I built a routine just for the convention.
Mm.
And I put on this gray makeup and spiked the hair, got, steam box glasses, the old coat, came out with a canvas bag with a voodoo doll in it. And I said to them, take this voodoo doll and you poke the doll. I will turn my back and tell you where it pokes me. And of course, they poked the doll and went, ow, you got me in the side. And I said, do it again. Hey, that hurt. You stabbed me in the neck. The
Mm.
audience was like, this is cool. I said, poke this one in and twist it. And as they were doing it, I didn't make any noises and people thought I screwed up. And I slowly turned around. There was blood running off my face where they poked me in the doll. That was cool.
I love that. I love that.
I'm not a bizarre magic guy, but I really enjoyed the community. The people
Yes.
were awesome. I had the best time. Met some friends for life like Dan there, and they just had a really good time.
Amazing. Okay, well, Shawn, I'm going to give you the floor, my friend. Instagram, TikTok, everything. Let the people know what's going on.
Oh, at Magic Champion. That's it. Everything. At and Magic. Oh, I can only spell Magic Champion with one C. MAGICHAMPION.com. I couldn't afford both C's. You pay by the letter, right? No, you
Yeah,
don't. No.
I don't think so.
Yeah. At Magic Champion. You'll find me on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, MySpace, Grinder. I don't know. It's everywhere. At Magic Champion. And if you want to know more about the film, lostintheshuffle.film. If you want to know about my theater, it's hiddenwonders.show, SHOW, hiddenwonders.show. But I got a Facebook and I got a YouTube. My YouTube is good. I just cracked 50,000 subscribers. Yay. I know that's a small little fish in a massive pond, but and I uploaded something recently. I hadn't uploaded for over a year. I've been busy. This busy thing, it takes up your life. It's really crazy.
Yeah. I haven't been able to do interviews for a while. You're my first interview back. So thank you for
Awesome.
taking the time for it.
Well, thanks for
Uh,
inviting me.
no worries. Would you ever think about coming to little old New Zealand?
I've been in little old New Zealand. I performed there. I was in the 2014, 2016. Right after the big earthquake in Christchurch, I came in and did a show, and we raised funds for the families of the people from the television station that perished. And
Mm.
I've been to Auckland. I've
Yeah.
been to Christchurch. I'll be back again. I really love the people of New Zealand. When I was in 10th grade, we took in an exchange student, and I got a 6 foot tall Kiwi. He played basketball, and I was like the time, 2 feet short of being short. I was short. I was tiny. And so I walked around with my new friend. This is my Kiwi friend. And he was like 5'8" in grade like 7 or something. He was
Yeah.
like 6. I think he was probably 6'2". He was big. He was a really tall guy, played basketball. Couldn't tell you his name, but he was big. I was probably 5'2" standing on a box.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll be back.
next time you're in New Zealand, let me know, and we'll sort something out.
We'll do something cool. Last time I went there, I took a helicopter ride. It was
Ooh.
Ken Scott and I. Ken and I went over and did a show and lectures and raised the money. And then on our day off, we got in a helicopter and flew over top all the mountains. And I got a YouTube video somewhere on me pointing down, going, "Look, there's hobbits. Those are hobbits."
I love it. All right.
New
Well,
Zealand, there's a population of sheep that's more than the population of people.
yes.
I know that.
That's very true. Okay, well, Shawn, I've asked you a whole heap of questions throughout this interview. Now is your time for redemption, my friend. You get to ask me just some random ass questions that you've always wanted to know about your little old man child.
Here's a question. With all these interviews you've done, who would you say was your favorite interview over the entire time you've been doing it? I know it's like picking one child, but what one stands out and why?
I would have to say either Ryan Hayashi, because again, he is absolutely amazing. I also did one with Nash Fung where he did a trick and then he sent me the card afterwards.
Oh,
That
that's cool.
that I loved.
That's very
Um,
cool.
but probably my first one, which is with a New Zealand actor for a soap opera called Shortland Street here in New Zealand. And that was my first ever interview, and that's what started this whole talk
Oh,
show and everything. And like every once in a while, I'll do this with my other YouTube videos or my TikToks. I will look back on how I changed, how I progressed. Like the first interview, I had blonde hair. That's not the case anymore.
yeah, yeah.
Um, and looking back at all the weird hairstyles, like I had rainbow hair, I had red
Love
hair,
it.
and
Chronicle of your life.
yeah, exactly. And sometimes I do get like a tad bit emotional, thinking like, "Oh my gosh, I've come this far," but I wouldn't change it for the world. I absolutely
Awesome.
love what I do, and I would never think that I'd be sitting on a Zoom call with the one and only Shawn.
Yeah.
So,
So my next question would be, who's your next dream guest? The next person you want to have come in that is like high on your list?
Jim Carrey, hundred
Wow,
percent.
so cool.
Yeah,
Another
he
Canadian.
yeah, I love my Canadians.
That's
Um,
awesome.
so he's one of the main reasons I got into doing stand-up comedy and voice acting. Also, if I had to choose as well, in the magic scene, it would be either Shin Lim, um, David Blaine, or who's the other? I had Andrei Chanishka on here as
Oh
well,
yeah,
um, with
phenomenal.
with his magical guru.
I always say the
um,
guy whose last name is harder to pronounce than mine.
exactly. I literally had to like put his name in Google Translate and try and pronounce it, or listen to Alison Hannigan pronouncing it. So I'm like, I want to make sure I say this right.
I had to be
Um,
the MC for a show in Quebec City with him, and I practiced backstage 300 times, and I'm pretty sure I screwed it up when I came out on stage. I kind of blacked it out of my memory. I'm not sure. I think he said I did okay, but
yeah.
yeah. Shin is awesome,
Oh my God.
and he's a wonderful interviewee, because he's got so many stories and so much experience and experiences that other magicians don't have because he's seeing a level of fame that most magicians will never experience. He was just recently on AGT and
Mm,
did a Shape of My Heart, and it was so cool. That he would tell me that as a young boy inspired by me, and I'm going, wait, I had something to do with you, even in the littlest amount. He's like, oh yeah, teaching him about music and magic, how they combine together and can be so powerful. And him being such a brilliant musician already and
mm,
being able to put those things together, I sit and I just sit in awe when I see some of the new magic that's coming out. It's
amazing,
unbelievable. And
amazing.
he's got a great show. If you ever get the chance to go to Las Vegas, check out Limitless. Him
Oh
and
yeah,
Colin Cloud are like the dynamo couple. They just knock it out of the park.
hundred percent,
Yeah.
100%. All right, you got any other questions for me, Shawn?
Uh, what is your favorite plot in Magic? Like people do ambitious card, torn and restored, rising cards, wild
Yeah.
card, triumphs, that sort of thing. What's your favorite plot in Magic?
Favorite plot? I am very much into street magic, so just walking along the street with a simple deck of cards, and like I was sitting on the bus and I was literally doing I don't know, I was literally doing stuff like this and doing
Yeah.
the whole cardistry type thing. People are like, "What the heck are you doing?" So just like you feel like you're an ordinary person, but then you can just simply do stuff like
I
that,
love it.
and they're just like, I need to see more.
Yeah. I
So
think that's the greatest thing about what we do is, and I love when people do, I'll put in quotations, impromptu magic, because it's not really impromptu.
yeah,
Anything that looks apparently impromptu, when the audience doesn't think it's been set up, and you can just, you see a soda can on the side and you pick it up and the can just uncrushes and then refills. Healed and sealed is just, that kind of magic done on the street is just, yeah. I sell a trick called telekinetic timber, which is just a piece of wood. Just looks like you cut a chunk of wood off and you lean it against the bottle and then it falls away from the lean. And when I go out, I have one set up in my shop. It just sits there so that when magicians come over and say, hey, let's try this. And I grab that piece of wood and I grab like a drill and I put it up against it and I do this. And then the wood falls away. And you can see them looking, going, gotta be threads, gotta be something. And there's nothing like that. It's spooky. I sell a lot of them this month because everybody buys them for Halloween.
exactly.
It's like, gotta have the spooky piece of wood.
Exactly. Okay. Final question for me, Shawn. What have you got?
What's your goals 1 year from today? From this day, where do you see yourself 1 year from today?
Well, next year I'm going to be in Philadelphia. I've had the privilege and honor to go to WrestleMania 40 to go and do some content there. And then I think next year is going to be, I would say, a gap year because I've been working non-stop ever since I could talk. Um, whether it be social media, comedy, cosplay, stuff like that. So I'm planning on taking maybe a 2 month hiatus and just traveling.
I have a follow-up question. What's your favorite cosplay character?
Oh, so I'm obsessed with Joker, Heath Ledger's to be exact, also Deadpool. But also I've got original characters that I do with my voice acting as well. Um,
Are
so
you aware
like,
that Deadpools were filmed here?
yes,
Yeah, love it.
again, love Canada. So I've got a character called Dr. Cromwell, who is a 60-year-old doctor slash teacher, and he is from London. He goes, "Hello, my boy. My name is Dr. Harold Cromwell. How are you doing?" And
Oh,
then he's got his little son, who's his thorn in his side, called Lisbon. And he's like, "Hello, Dad. Who the heck are you?" And I like to incorporate voice acting with cosplay as well as comedy. So yeah.
yeah. I think that's awesome. I have a friend who does magical mud, and he's a Halloween character. Looks like a zombie demon kind of guy who does magic, and so he does cosplay, does the magic, does stand-up comedy with it. All about, oh, you're gonna die to see this trick, that sort of feeling. It's like, yeah, I love combining those. I've always wanted, as a convention producer, having produced dozens and dozens of conventions, I've always wanted to have a convention with 1 day of cosplay because I think most magicians have one.
Yeah.
And I would just love to see everybody come down 1 day at a magic convention all dressed up.
Yeah.
It's like, and it doesn't have to be all anime. Hell, I could go as, Kato. I have Kato's original mask. A person gave it to me, which is very cool. Yeah, the magician world is filled with such cool people. I love an idea of people showing up doing Wolverine, throwing cards in the air and stabbing them.
Oh yes.
Iron Man. Yeah,
Loading.
Balducci levitation is Iron Man off the ground.
Love it. Okay, well, Shawn, final question, my friend. If you could pick anyone to be in your position on my show, who would they be?
Somebody? You should interview Gabriella Lester. She's one of my students, and I've been mentoring her for just about 10 years, and she's like a breakout artist right now, doing phenomenal magic with a really great attitude towards magic. She's off to perform in New York off Broadway. Then she's doing House of Cards in Tennessee, followed up by Chicago Magic Lounge, and then back over to the Magic Castle, and then it's coming up to the Pacific Coast Association of Magicians. That's all in like I think a 3-week period in November. She's doing really good. She was on Penn and Teller's Fool Us, did an awesome job with the Straight Jacket Escape.
Yes.
Yeah, she has an honest love for magic, and she's a good student who actually listens. I've had lots of students. Most of them listen and have become very successful. The ones that don't listen always say I was a terrible teacher. I'm pretty sure because they weren't listening. But maybe I'm not the best teacher. But all the people I have that are working, I'm very proud of, which is really cool. Yeah, she'd be an excellent guest.
Amazing. So, what do you think you're going to be doing on the 27th of November?
On the 27th of November, I can tell you exactly what I'm doing. I believe on the 27th of November, I will be doing a show. November 27th. Oh, on the 26th of November, I'm going to be doing 2 shows at Hidden Wonders. But the 27th is a Monday in my world. On my Monday, the 27th, I'm sleeping in because it's my day off, but I'm doing nothing else.
Well, I'm glad your day off is on my birthday, so then you can just relax.
Is that your birthday?
Yeah.
I will have a drink in your honor. That's what I'm going to do. I'm marking it on my calendar.
Thank you. So I will be the legal age in both New Zealand and in America because I turned 21.
Awesome. Is New Zealand 21?
No, New Zealand's 18.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say you're like Canada. It's only in America where you can have a gun at 16, but you can't drink until you're 21.
Yeah.
But you can go and fight the army at 19
Yeah.
and die for your country, but you still can't have a beer.
Exactly.
Weird,
So
right?
with us, it's 16 with parental consent. Same with tattoos. So like I'm almost completely covered now. And then 18, it's pretty much like you're a legal citizen in New Zealand.
Canada, we have 2 different 18 and 19. And it's funny because I grew up in a province that was 18,
Yeah.
and 2 weeks before my 18th birthday, my parents moved me to a province with 19. I was like, you
Mm.
can't do that. I want to have a beer. I've been waiting. There was 2 weeks before. It's like, but I still had a beer.
Yeah, I loved it. Like as soon as I hit 18, I went to the closest liquor store and I was just like, I'd like a beer, thank you. They're like ID, and I'm like, boom, I'm legal.
Yeah, Alice Cooper, Canadian, another Canadian. Alice Cooper wrote a song called 18.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or there was another time where they were like ID, please, and I was like, here you go.
Magic.
Yeah. All right. Well, Shawn, again, thank you so much for taking your time. What are you doing for the rest of the day?
I've got 3 projects to do. I'm finishing a brand new magic trick for a friend of mine, Billy Schway, that wants to put it in Penn Teller's Fool Us. So I'm building a new magic trick for him. I'm going to organize my office a little bit, and I have to go to Hidden Wonders and set up some new ideas. I'm putting a projector in for a hidden camera thing I want to put in. So it's a busy day, and I might take a nap.
Oh yes, naps are always good.
Because I got up early for this, and so there'll have to be a nap somewhere. Because I usually go to bed around 4:35 in the morning
Yeah, same here.
when the sun is coming up.
Yes.
As I see the sunrise, I usually go to bed.
Exactly, same here. Okay, well, again, Shawn, thank you so much. I will make sure to send you the link, and if there's anyone that you can think of that would like to be on my show, please do not be afraid to let me know.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me on.
No worries, Shawn. Have a good one.
Bye.
See you.